You know, when I look around at all the entrepreneurs who are grinding it out, spending 70 to 80 hours per week growing their business, you have to ask yourself the question, at what cost? Hi, my name's Tim Uchuk, and in this podcast, we're going to be exploring the tools, tactics, and strategies for crushing it and scaling your business without making the ultimate sacrifice of your time and freedom. Hey, what's up, everyone? Tim Uchuk here, and I have a pocket of time. It's Tuesday as I'm recording this, and every Tuesday we have our leadership meetings, which we have 2 in the next hour. So I had a pocket of time, thought I would record something that's been top of mind for me, which I think about pretty often, which is this notion, if you've ever heard of it, is future gifts. And so what I mean by that is why we do things today so that our tomorrows are a little bit easier, a little bit better. And it's an interesting way of playing with time and thinking about, putting in, sometimes doing things that you don't necessarily want to do with the understanding that future you is going to be receiving a gift. So you're being kind to future you. You can think about it that way. So again, future gifts. The first time I really thought about this, and it's an analogy that I use in our kitchen with my wife pretty frequently, which is when I was 15 years old, I worked at Chili's as a cook. I was a cook at Chili's restaurant. And as a cook, if you're finishing up the shift at the end of the night, the very last thing that you do is you're creating future gifts. You're closing the loop for the next day, for the morning. So you hit the reset button on the restaurant by following the standards, putting everything away, cleaning up the floors, hanging up the mats, all of those things so that you can reset the kitchen for tomorrow. And you can think of it, and again, I mentioned this in our own kitchen, when we leave dirty dishes out, we're not giving a nice future gift to the next shift who's going to be taking on, because we're leaving things a mess. And so the contrary to that, when you're cleaning up, you're putting your dishes away, at the end of the night. And I love to have a clean kitchen to wake up to in the morning, because it's a gift that you're giving to yourself. So I always think of that when I'm cleaning up the night before, that it's a future gift for myself for tomorrow. So that's the thinking and the framework behind the idea of the future gift. So a couple examples for you. The kitchen is one example of a future gift. Another one, which I talked about, I think it was last week, was planning your tomorrows today. So before you go to sleep at night, if you have, whether you use paper and a pen, or you've got a tool or a software, is to plan your tomorrow today. So that's a future gift for tomorrow, so that when you wake up, you don't need to think. That's the gift you're giving yourself. You don't need to think in terms of what you need to do. You just wake up and you do. So it's a future gift. Another future gift is that keeps on giving is just structuring your weeks, and almost like a bento box. So every week, my weeks are segmented into Monday, Tuesdays, we have our recurring team meetings. And then typically on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I put on my sales hat. So I'm working with my clients. So I'm getting outside of my business, working with my teams, and I spend more of my focus working with clients on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. And then we've got weekly coaching, which is on Tuesdays and Fridays. So that's weekly coaching. Same bat time, same bat channel. And the beauty there is that when I'm planning things out into the future, I know my weeks are structured, they're recurring. So it just becomes so much easier to just think way out into the future and plan things, because every week it just looks the same. So that's a future gift to help shift you from, again, reactive to proactive by structuring your weeks in that way. Another great future gift is documenting your how-tos. So if there's something that, even if you're doing it, right now, if you're doing it more than once, it's a good practice to document it, so that if and when you want to hand it off to someone, it's easy to do. And this is basically what you're doing when you document your how-tos, is cloning yourself. You're literally cloning yourself, because if you can hand something off to someone else, you're still getting something done without you having to do it yourself. So it's the next best thing to cloning yourself, is to document your how-tos. And for those of you who are interested, I'm going to be dropping a link in this podcast for a template that I use to quickly document any procedure. And there should be a video within that template that I'm going to be sharing with you. So just click that link, but think of documenting your how-tos as cloning yourself. It's literally the next best thing to cloning yourself. What else do we have here? Picking out your clothes. Future gift for myself is that I have mostly black shirts, so that's one thing I don't have to think about. Picking out your clothes. Laying out your workout clothes is a future gift. So the night before, having your running shoes and your workout gear so that, again, you don't have to, it's easy. You just put the things on and exercise. Exercising being another future gift. Eating healthy. So we've got short-term future gifts and we've got long-term future gifts. So eating healthy, you're going to feel better in the long run, and you're going to be, again, healthy and fit. That's a long-term future gift. Stretching is another long-term future gift. Drinking water throughout the day is a future gift so that you have energy, and our bodies, we don't recognize and realize it, but it keeps all your systems working the way that they should be, and your body struggles less. You have more energy when you just stay hydrated throughout the day. Another long-term future gift is practicing gratitude. I posted on this, I think it was yesterday, about just the muscle, that gratitude muscle. There are so many things around us that we kind of lose sight of just how special they are. Just the fact that our heart is beating, the fact that we can breathe is basically like, if you know people who don't have their health, you've won the lottery. If you're able to breathe, it's the equivalent. There's a lot of things that have to happen in order for you to just breathe. So practicing gratitude and acknowledging that not only does it make you feel good in the moment, but it strengthens that muscle so that your happiness, your general mood, and your happiness and demeanor over the long run, just your default becomes much more calm and happy just as a person. That's going to rub off on other people around you. You're going to be a better leader. And so that's a long-term future gift that you can give to you. Within your company, future gift, think about your numbers. Are you looking at your cash flow this week? And what is healthy in terms of your cash flow? Maybe looking at your receivables. So we look at our receivables every single week. And if it's under all of the, outside of 90 days in terms of cash receivables, are those less than 5%? If they are, that's a gift for us in terms of healthy cash flow. The absence of that, or the opposite of that, would be poor cash flow, which means the opposite of a future gift, which would mean, a tight cash crunch, which is not good for our company, not a good future gift. So those are just some examples. I think it's in terms of building that habit around why we do things that might be a little bit, not what we want to be doing right now in the moment. Think of it in terms of giving future you and future, maybe your wife or your kids, giving them a gift in the future. So I just love that exercise, that framework of future gifts, and it really applies to all areas of your life. Same thing with planning a vacation. Not only do you get the joy and the anticipation of thinking about that vacation, but that's another prime example of a future gift for yourself. So I hope that helps. I'm going to get our meetings are underway here in a couple minutes. Hope that helps, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hey, Tim Uchuk here, and real quick, if you enjoyed this podcast episode, if you could take a couple quick seconds to give it a rating, it would be very much appreciated. And secondly, if you're looking for more tools and strategies on how you can crush it in life and business, just head on over to bookwithtim.com, where I've put together a free case study which shows you how to unlock unprecedented freedom today by using the 2 power levers. Just head on over to bookwithtim.com. Until next time, wishing you success and freedom in your business. Cheers.